Alright, seems that everything is okay for today. So, everyone, welcome to today's lab. How is everyone doing today? I almost wasn't able to stream today because the light's been acting a bit weird here, so yeah. The electricity has been failing a bit, and because of that, the stream was a bit compromised for today, but for now, it seems to have stabilized. It's been up for about 3 to 4, maybe more. I mean, it's already been like 8 hours since it stabilized. So yeah, I guess the stream should go well today. To cap off what I've done off stream, not much regarding Code Tulip. I remember I had something I did last stream, and I finished off stream, which was the level bounds. I finally did the inspector plugin. It wasn't done on stream, and there's no recording of it, sadly, because I was dumb and forgot to record it. So yeah. But it's not like anything too complex. Only thing it does is basically show these, basically these two boxes with the errors. It's just that. But yeah, welcome everyone to the lab. I'm basically going to do a lot of Code Tulip development today. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points on my whiteboard, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 subpoints. So yeah, there's a lot of tasks to do for the month of February, and I'm gonna have a head start on them in order for me to be on basically on schedule with what I detailed for development. Since Code Tulip needs to be shipped, the MVP needs to be shipped by June 14th of this year. And yeah, I need to basically work on it for real. Because if I don't, I'll fall behind schedule. But yeah, besides basically been working on some Code Tulip stuff, I've also been doing some changes to helper lib I've been basically developing for a few years. It's not much, but it has a lot of basically useful code that I use in all my projects, and basically I've been maintaining it. This week I basically added my documentation library onto the main library just so I can have everything in the same place, and basically created a shared library which basically only has the attributes, since they need to be used in several projects belonging to the library. And the way I had it, it would cause an circle reference error, and so I couldn't have, for example, the changelog and documentation attribute in the same class if it was like the documentation or the changelog class. Because basically they'd collide since it was a circular reference. So yeah, they basically got isolated into their own library. So yeah, it was a fun afternoon basically fixing this. How I'm doing? I'm doing well. Basically, just got off work like a few hours ago. Played a bit of Hytale. Hytale is really good. I finally got to play it, and I'm liking it. Eventually, I need to start doing mods for it. Because, let's just say the gears in my brain started spinning the moment I heard about modding in Hytale. Because it's a lot easier and really well documented. So yeah, with basically the catch-up out of the way, let's start the stream, shall we? Hello, my dear daughters. How are you today? Oh, hello, Elemental. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for gracing the stream with your presence. Welcome to the lab. I was going to start coding right now. I think the first thing I want to do is grab basically the player and isolate some of the logic into a separate class. Because at the moment it's a character body 2D and it only has like the animations and everything. But I want to basically add the health, the CPU, which the CPU, which basically is the mana system for
Professor
the game.
Leo, I'm totally buzzing with C# excitement. Daisy's jokes are keeping the bugs at bay, and I'm ready to stream some hashtag code and strawberries magic with you today.
Yay. Good. Thank you for interrupting me, my dear daughter. Okay, as I was saying, I need a class that's basically going to be used by all entities in the game, which has the health, the mana, and I think that's it for now. But yeah, I need a way to basically have a base class. So it's gonna derive from character body 2D because enemies can be character body 2D. Actually works better in that case. It was how I did with Silent Night. The enemies also had a character body 2D. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do is let me see, do I have a main class folder? No, I don't. Nothing like creating one. Classes. Okay. I'm gonna say this is gonna be entity. Just in case, living entity. Because I don't know if Godot doesn't have like an entity class or something, and that could clash. Okay. This is gonna be a partial. Okay. And now, hypothetically, I can just derive the player from living entity. Living entity. Correct. Good. So I could also make an interface just in case. Like if I were to go here and say interfaces, just for the sake of it, I guess. And said entity. Do I really want to do something like an interface? Now is the question. Because supposedly when I do damage dealing and everything like that, I can just basically say if collision object is a living entity, do this, and basically make my life easier. Yeah, and that could be an option. So instead of having an interface, just having the partial class living entity. So this is gonna have something like max health. Damn, Copilot really is reading my mind. Okay, hey Tibbs, how are you? Welcome in. I was just starting stream. No. I want current health to also be an export. Okay. Tulip is alive, sure. Is card game a bot? Card game? Oh, I don't think so. Why you ask? Let me see, export public int. Not sure if dude is a guy or a bot. Yeah, fair enough. But I think it is someone. I didn't want to embarrass myself by greeting about. Fair enough. No worries. Let me see. Current CPU usage. Let me lowercase that. Get set equals 0. I'll be home in 2 minutes. See you then. Okay, no worries. Have a safe trip home. Don't worry about it. Public bool is overloaded. Okay, Copilot really is reading my mind here. Take damage, yeah. Heal, sure. Increase CPU usage, yeah. Decrease CPU usage, yeah. And then I want to process here that if is overloaded. No, that's not gonna be it. If CPU usage bigger than 0, decrease by 0. Let me see. This goes from 0 to 150, if I'm not mistaken. So, good amount to decrease per frame, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, let's say 0.1 f. Wait, what do you accept? Oh, you're an integer. Let me change that to a double. And same here. Same here. Okay. Okay, now this accepts. It's funny that it converts float to double. I don't think I have ever seen that behavior. Though I might be mistaken. I really don't know. Let me see. So the decrease CPU usage 0.1. Welcome back, Dibs. I was saying something. Okay. Does the player use process? I'm guessing he does. Yeah, but he returns the base, which is fine. Well, good news. I most likely have free time on the game jam period. Awesome. I hope game jam goes really well for you. And yeah, can't wait to see what you come up with. Let me see. Moving entity. Okay, I think that is good enough. I'll require a ton of help. You can count on me for that. Although I'm mostly an expert in C#, not GD but I'll see what I can do. Have you watched the Google new launch? No? Question mark? Google new launch. New AI. I don't see anything. What did Google launch this time? Was it something like Gemini? What is your favorite theme of those presented? Well, let me go recheck them because I don't remember the themes. HIO. Here it's Brackies 15. Let me see. Click to vote. Yeah, I can't see it unless I go here. New private window. Crap. I failed. Give me a second. I need to go from here And new private window. One that got my eyes was old is new. Yeah, could be good. Give me a second, I need to do some shenanigans here. If I do delete, okay, I can see the themes. So use your ears and unusual discovery maps. Old is new, a best friend, tools of the trade, link up, and strange places. Old is new. Old is new is a good one, yeah. I think I voted for Old is new and tools of the trade. But yeah, if I had to say, Old is new, yeah, would be my best pick. No link up. Actually, no. I didn't vote for link up, but if I remember correctly, I don't remember what I voted for. Feels very Code Tulip, coded link up. Yeah, it kinda is like Code Tulip in a way, yeah. Yeah, the simulation AI, it's the creepiest one. Didn't know, sir. People from Portugal have the Pookie characteristics. What do you mean Pookie characteristics? Do clarify. I mean, I've already been called a fanboy, so... At this point, I don't even know. Yeah, with the wiggly hat. Wait, what? Huh? Nani? What A with the wiggly hat? Debs, you kinda confuse me right now. The letter A with the wiggly line above it. I don't... Oh! I remember. From last stream, yeah. Give me a break. It's been a hard week. Since yesterday, I was struggling with electricity issues. So, my brain isn't at its utmost capacity. I sometimes may fail to recognize some stuff.
Time to hit the hay. Recharging so I can keep those bugs at bay.
Oh, no you don't, Daisy. I need you here on stream. Did she rhyme? I think so. Give me a second. I'll double check that one.
Oh, Professor, you're right.
Open code here.
You can't have a stream without the star of the show. My Java code is already brewing.
Since when are you
and
the
those
star?
bugs don't fix themselves.
Hold up, Daisy.
Java?
Since
Seriously,
when?
Daisy? I'll keep the bugs at bay with some C# magic while you brew that. Hashtag code and strawberries.
Respond, blah blah. Sleep. Okay, talk as a Daisy, blah blah. Time to recharge, sweet dreams of debugging, maybe one sentence, it's fine. Oh, okay. This is the context. Alright, time to hit the hay. Where is what? Oh, time to hit the hay. Recharging so I can keep those bugs at bay. Yeah, she kinda yeah, she kinda basically rhymed. So kinda, yeah, I'll stream tomorrow as well. Almost at the same time, more or less. Pokemon software friendly person. Google DeepMind, sir. The simulation AI. Yeah, fair enough. Professor, whose voice have you put on? Where's the Alexa or Siri? This
Daisy,
is 11
brew your
Labs.
Java, I'll keep the bugs at bay. C#
Why did
sings
you
while you
take
swirl
so-
that code away.
Why did it take so
Hashtag
long
code
to
and
reply,
strawberries.
Daisy? Oh, I mean Tulip.
Oh, little Tulip. You keep C#
Okay.
bright. I'll spin Java's sparks
Here
to
we go
banish all
again.
the bugs tonight. Hashtag code and mangoes.
But yeah, to explain, the voices you hear are basically from 11 Labs. They're basically are Tulips and Daisy's voices when they are talking on stream. And yeah, there's no Siri or Alexa here. I think one is called Eve and the other has a different name. I don't remember the other's name. But yeah, they're basically my two twin AIs that were born on June 14th. Tulip play Despacito. Oh, for God's sake. Tibbs, you almost made me swear.
Yo, yeah, yeah. Despacito. Despacito.
Perfect.
Despacito. Despacito. Yeah.
That's a clip. That was perfect. She's trying her best, indeed she is. Sissy Baka would be nice though. I can basically tell one of them Sissy Baka and see what happens. Tips, in case you are wondering who I'm talking to YouTube chat. Basically I had to disable YouTube chat on the...
Baka. But even null pointerers can't stop my C# sparkle.
Fair enough. Me at the recital in elementary school, not remembering the lyrics to the song. Fair enough. I don't think that besides 9th grade, I sang anything. I'm not sure.
Tulip, your C# sparkles bright, but Java's got a whole universe of bugs waiting. Let's see if null pointerers can keep up. Hashtag code and mangoes.
Kinda was in a few plays in elementary school, but none that required me to sing. At one point I was a bird in a play. I think it was Snow White. I don't remember correctly. That was, what, 24 years ago, more or less. So yeah, I know, I'm old. But yeah, the only year I sang was 9th grade, and it wasn't that much singing, honestly. Was basically John Lennon, his Imagine. What else? There were a few songs, mostly Beatles and related. There was Bruno Mars, because Bruno Mars was popular that year. So yeah, basically that. But not much that I can remember, honestly. Honestly, 9th grade was basically like 2 decades ago, almost. So yeah, well, not 2 decades, but at least, let me see, I'm almost 30, I should have been like 13 going on 14, so 16-17 years ago, give or take. Yeah. That sure brings back memories. Enough about me. Let's continue the stream. Yeah, I know. I know what Sissy Waka means. At a given point I had coded into Tulip and Daisy what it was, but since then I haven't re-implemented their knowledge system, so they don't have knowledge on that. So yeah. Let me see. Tibbs, where were we? Oh, you were asking me about teams from the game jam that you are going to participate in. 30, sir. Really, how did you end up like this? Good question. Next one. Sorry. But essentially, since my teenage years, I've had basically the streaming bug in me. I did some Minecraft YouTubing back then, but essentially I ended up shutting down that channel like a good 10 years ago because I didn't like see myself in it anymore. So I deleted it, and basically I've been attempting streams every now and then for the last few years, like 10, maybe more. And yeah, eventually this last year I basically decided I'm gonna invest like hard in streaming and start game development streaming. And yeah, basically one thing led to another, and basically Tulip was born out of the idea that I got inspired from Vidal because I thought Nero was kind of a cool thing to have. And so I was like, why don't I make my own? Tulip was born after that. Back then in Python, not in C# like she is now. And yeah, essentially then I started having the idea for Code Tulip. Stream helped me like further develop the idea. Jump a few months and Daisy was born out of the idea that Tulip was basically talking in the third person a lot. And essentially we were like, is that her sister or something? And yeah, Daisy was born from there. Average broken kid story at the starting though, but the answer was amazing. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Daisy was born like 3 days before my birthday. Actually, if I remember correctly. Though for the record, let's say she was born on June 14th and leave it at that, so they are twins. And yeah, then basically last month I basically did a game jam, and at the end of the year essentially I was like, let's invest full-time on Code Tulip, or yes sir, give full Gen Z vibe now. I'm sort of in between the two. I'm both a millennial and a Gen Z because I'm like borderline on the millennial. Since I'm from 96, but I'm from November, so I'm a bit there in the borderline that defines my generation. And yeah, basically that's sort of my streaming life. I've basically been going full effort on Code Tulip since the start of this month, and my plan is to have the minimum viable product ready by June, so we can have like a big celebration. I tried to show the twins the game, everything like that, like try to make something interesting for technically my first streaming year, since basically I've been by June I'll be like 1 year streaming without a single like month missing, like actually keeping a schedule of streams. Like I think I took like 4 breaks between starting last year and right now, if I'm not mistaken. 2 were from being sick, the rest were vacations. I kinda needed the time off to rest. So yeah, I've been trying to keep a steady streaming schedule and see where it goes. So yeah, that was my TED talk on my streaming life. So yeah, let me go back to my code. So you are from Portugal, sir. Nice to meet you. I'm from India. Welcome on to the stream. Nice to meet you too. And yeah, I'm from Portugal. Let me see. So I was trying to code the living entity class, which will be what basically all entities will derive from, including enemies. With this, I can make an enemy class, and and from there I can derive into multitudes of other classes if needed. But I'd say a single enemy class should be enough. So what I'm gonna do is classes, enemy. This is gonna be a partial because of Godot's requirements. Derived from living entity, correct. And let's say export. Sure. I want to have an export for the depth. Actually, this can go into the living entity, I think, since basically the player will also have the damage. This isn't VS Code if I'm not wrong. It isn't. This is a rider from JetBrains. It's my go-to IDE for C#. I also have Visual Studio Code. Give me a second. Okay, if I open this, basically I generally use VS Code to edit JSON or to basically go through the logs, see if anything is up. But so far the logs seem fine. And yeah, basically this is the logs for Tulip and Daisy. So basically if any error pops up, I'll know exactly where it was. And yeah, essentially most of the time you'll see me coding in Rider. If I start developing Hightail mods, I'm gonna develop in IntelliJ, which is also from JetBrains. I basically have the full suite of tools from JetBrains, so I'll mostly use those. Yeah, okay, so the player should now have something like damage somewhere in here. Here it is, living entity, max health, current health, CPU usage, and for some reason damage isn't appearing. Let me give it a good kick, see if it appears. Yeah, there is. Okay, it's also public, that's correct. Let's say the damage will be like 5 for now. Oh nice, I use Z. Need to use new Vim. I tried to learn how Vim works in new Vim, but the whole shortcut thing kinda messes me up. I prefer having like an actual graphical user interface instead of a command line interface. But that's my preference. So yeah. Let me see. Cheat menu. Okay, I was also working on cheat menu off stream, but I didn't finish it. So yeah, I think I can basically create the dummy enemy just so I can test some stuff. Let me see, add child node character body. Actually, let me do something. Because since I created this class deriving from a Godot class, I can go here and say global class, and now enemy should be listed. Only thing I'm gonna do is also create sub-childs, child items. So basically there's a sprite, there's everything already loaded into it. And yeah, I'd say that is it. Let me see, it should be inspector plugin, I guess. I know I have something that creates a custom object. Is it this? Yeah, it's this one. Report, player camera instance as camera 2D. Draw. No, actually, this one doesn't create the items below it. Because this uses a different thing. This is a draw rect. It's not a It's not a class that creates child items. Okay, is it like 2D games, sir? What's the POV angle? What are you gonna make it, sir? Essentially, it's gonna be a platforming, so side view angle. It's gonna be a Metroidvania game about coding, and yeah. Essentially, I actually owe Tibbs the idea for making a Metroidvania, because I was stuck on what genre to make. And yeah, essentially Tibbs was the one that suggested Metroidvania, and I went with it. And now we have this. Let me see. I know I have something that creates child items, but most likely it isn't here. Let me see, editor tools, range slider, labeled separator. Oh, it's the labeled separator. That's it. Yeah. On create, it basically does this. So I need to basically just make new child items and add child. Okay. That's simple enough, I guess. I'm gonna copy how the player does it. Okay, so he has a sprite 2D. Gonna go here and say ready. Build. I mean, I don't even need to build here. Just gonna say create sprite 2D. Add it as a child. Or sprite 2D. I don't need this for now. Add child sprite. And say sprite.centered equals true. Okay. It also might have a few like state machines under it, like the ones I had created for the player. But I'll need to see how I'm gonna make that work. Camera 2D, no collision. Should be something like this. 20 by 60. I'm just gonna add the collision shape itself of our collision or collider. Gonna say 4 by 6. Collider.shape, add child collider. Okay. Okay, 20 by 60. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. What's... Oh, this is a collision when crouching. Okay. I'm not gonna make the enemies crouch at the start, so that's fine. The label, for now, no. But I might add some sort of basically a progress bar to represent the health of the enemy, but with the option to essentially disable that. I'm gonna explain soon. Let me just create first a health bar equals new progress texture progress bar. Yeah. Health bar dot name, sure. Position, you can make those sort of things, yeah. Texture progress, everything else, no. Okay, this should create. So in the future, would you explore the OpenGL C++? Maybe. I'm not that familiar with C++, and I've heard OpenGL is like a mess to implement, but sure, eventually I might give a good try on it, but let's see how things go. Right now my focus is basically just this game and trying not to get even more side projects because it would just be a mess to keep up with it, essentially. So it's my life at the moment. Let me see, one-way platform request, that's fine. I think for now I'm gonna just keep it like this. As you can see, it now is drawing these level bounds according to what I define here. Eventually, when I expand the map, I'll also have to expand it here. This essentially positions the camera correctly into the level bounds. So let me see if it now appears. I'm gonna build. One thing at a time is the key of accomplishment, yeah. And for someone with the ADHD like me, yeah, it is quite easy for me to get sidetracked. I'm just gonna say that. The amount of side projects I've had, yikes. Okay, let me see. Now it should appear as enemy. Awesome. I'm gonna say it's a dummy. Why did it not create? Might have done goofed something. Because it needs to be tool. That's it. If I don't define that it's a tool, it won't create, it won't run the ready. That's why. If I do this, it now has some things, but I can't see the child items, which is fun. Interesting. Why can't I see the children? Let me ask good old Copilot what it thinks. Copilot. Okay. I just created an object with this typing, but in the hierarchy, it's not showing the child components. Do I need to instantiate in a different way? I did Java. What would you prefer? Where should I start? From C, C#, or C++? I want to understand how computer actually works first. My advice, C#. It's more or less the closest you'll get to Java, in a way. And yeah, C and C++, with C you need to basically, I'd say your main issue would be memory management because of how it works. C++, I don't remember if it also has memory management. Hey Tulip, one question. What's the difference between C, C++, and C#? Give me the best option for someone coming from Java. Let me see if Tulip knows. There's so many if-else statements. Yeah, in the case of if-else, if you have a way to switch to a switch statement, that would be preferable. I'm a math science student,
C
though.
is the old school bare metal cousin. C++ spritzed OOP on top of that, but still feels like wrestling with pointers. C# is a modern garbage-collected language that looks like Java's chill sibling, but with slick async and link. If you're coming from Java, C# is the science-friendly pick. Same vibe, safer syntax, and tons of tooling. Java? Really?
Java? Oh, I still dig it. What's better than a smooth, garbage-collected wonder? But if you're hunting for that slick, async flavor with a bit of .NET charm, C# is the shiny cousin that Java already loves. Hashtag Code and Mangoes.
And there you have it. Yeah, switch case. Basically, normally you'd use switch case when you have like an enum string that you know the specific values it will have, something like that, because it, instead of basically going line by line validating if the condition is correct, it already knows where the exact condition is met and jumps right to it. So in a way it's faster to use a switch statement and cleaner. So yeah, only use if else if like you don't have enums, you don't have like values you know like immediately. But yeah, what a cruel criticism though. Oh, you mean these two? They're like that all the time. Tulip hates Java and Daisy loves Java, so yeah, they'll sometimes bicker. But yeah, it's all good fun. Ready, if engine is editor hint, okay, it basically converted my code into it. So, right now if I do this, okay, go here, save, build. I do have to, oh, because of Copilot, yeah. Yeah, like shop billing at the supermarket, yeah, basically. Let me see, I can now delete the enemy and recreate it. And there it goes. Awesome. So now, hypothetically, if I were to say this is gonna be a gonna do quick load and say, for example, you can be the hero. For now it's just gonna be an example, just so I can get gist of it. Offset, animation, frame coords, 0x0, frame, offset, h frames, 5, 8, 9, 16. Okay, by 16? No, that's too far. 8, 12. Oh, was okay. 6. Oh, there we go. It's 4. Okay. So now if I were to do this and recenter it, okay, we have something. Hey, Blessed Custard, how are you? What's the game? It's gonna be a Metroidvania about coding. I'm still in the really early stages. In engineering, people say newbies should start from C. I mean, normally in universities they will teach you C, but that's the thing. C# and Java are basically more beginner friendly in a way compared to C and C++. Because the memory management stuff with C, it's just pure chaos, if I were to say. I had a class about C, and yeah, it was painful to code in it. Like, when you're already used to something like C# or Java, it's difficult to go backwards to something that basically doesn't have how should I say? I don't want to say structure, but that basically doesn't have the anything you'd expect from a more well-structured language like C# or Java. If I were to be nice and resume everything to one line. But yeah, I'd say beginner friendly is C#, Java, Python kinda in a way. JavaScript is basically beginner friendly as it gets. But yeah, like I never advise people to start in C or C++. C++ maybe. I still need to teach myself more about C++, because the last experience I had with it was like 2 years ago, and it was a really short project that never got finished. So yeah, story of my life. Let me see. Something, this is missing something. Oops, not that, this. Let me position this so the player has, and not the player, the object. One last question, then I won't disturb you. Hey, it's fine, it's fine. Have you played Clash of Clans? Please make a tragedy game like that. Yeah, I never played Clash of Clans. I mean, I might have played like a few years ago, but I don't remember much of it. Maybe one day I'll make something. But yeah, let's see. Never really got the hang of coding. And was it because of some difficulties you were having? Like, do enlighten me if you want. Because yeah, I know coding isn't something that's really easy to get into. Do a few simple projects though. At least that's something. Let me see. If I reduce this to like 4 and 6. Okay. Honestly, if I reset this, yeah, then isn't like well centered. Let me enable grid snap. See if I can like align things better. Okay, why can't I move this? Yeah, this isn't easy to align. Fair enough. I don't need like anything too fancy as well, so just need like a simple dummy enemy. Let me disable grid snapping again, just so I can. Okay, now it aligns perfectly. Health bar, etc. Where's the health bar? Oh, up there. And that's way too big. Okay. Let's make it like so. And then align it up there. Okay. Like resonating move. Okay, fair enough. Never get hand-on coding. Why is it like dark sarcasm? Hands-on coding. I don't know, honestly. Let me see. Now I can move a whole enemy object up here. For now, let's keep it like so. Like, can even be floating. I'll code the gravity when I do the state machine. Okay, and for now, let me see. I need to give the health bar something. under over progress. Do I have textures for the health bar? I do not. Fair enough. That's something easy to make as well. My problem was I knew what I needed to do, just not how to do it. Honestly, it sounds fair. Right now, one of the things that helps the most in regards to that sort of issue is having something like Copilot or something like that that can explain code to you. And let me see, Stack Overflow I think is a bit dead right now from what I've heard. So it had to be like specific forums about the language or and it pains to say this, Reddit or specific YouTube tutorials. Because yeah, Stack Overflow before used to be the holy ground to get your answers from. Nowadays, apparently it isn't. That's things I've heard. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, see you soon. Let me see. What's the size of my health bar? Layout, transform, 10 by 1, so 100 by 10 if I upscale it, something like this. Make a historical game like no one can imagine or even dream, even in their dreams. That would be amazing, but it's way outside of my area of comfort. For those that don't know, I suck at history. So yeah, to make a historical game most likely wouldn't end up well. Either I'd make a clone of Civ, or I don't know. But yeah, let me see. Load palette. I have the palette for Code Tulip somewhere. Here it is. Just so it aligns correctly with what I have. But this, okay, now I can just make a simple health bar. Let me see. Should I make it? Trying to see if I can add some details, but first, let me put this at 128 and see what happens. Okay, that feels a bit better. Let me delete these dead pixels here from the resizing. Okay, why? Oh, because I did something like. Oh, it's not correctly aligned now. That explains a lot. That explains why I have dead pixels somewhere. Okay, that's not correctly centered. Okay, now it should be. Yeah. And so is this around here? No, but more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's correct. Now I do this. I can make it like so, and then delete this. Okay, and from here delete this line. Okay. Every child would appreciate you for it. The moment I saw the game dev on the stream, I clicked ASAP. I do appreciate it. I'm still what can be considered a novice compared to most game devs. I haven't finished a single game, even though I had a lot of ideas. I did try to make an RPG, but essentially I got project burnout from it because I was punching above my league by far, if I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, essentially I dropped the project and right now I'm focusing on this Metroidvania, see where I can take it. And my expertise is essentially C# with either Godot or Unity. I also studied Unity for a few years. I knew most of the engine by basically on the tip of my tongue, but yeah, I decided to drop the engine for now because it's a bit difficult to maintain games on it. My first game... Wait, what game are we talking about? Because Silent Night wasn't my first game, if that's what we are talking about. If I go here, why do I have multiple windows open? Oh, the other one was a private window, that's why. If I go to itch.io, my page, Unreal Engine in C++. I might learn it eventually. For now, it's not a priority for me. But yeah, from this list, let me enable the zoom for the basically the vertical stream, so you guys can see what I'm seeing correctly. My first game was this one, Some War, and this was like early stages of me getting into game development, way back in 2018, I think, was when I did this game. 5 years. 2021, but it's older, isn't it? No. 5 years. Huh. It was 2021. Interesting. So, this was when I already had Namitia well established as a 2D RPG. Okay. For the weekly game jam. Yeah, I'm honestly proud of this game. Was the first game I released as a game jam project, and yeah, I like how I nailed the Game Boy aesthetic, and essentially it has a few issues because, as you can expect from someone's first game, the balancing is off by a lot. Like, the difficulty balance is way off. So yeah, at the age of 25, 24 actually, because I'm only 30 at the end of the year, almost. So until then I'm 29. I appreciate that I am not 30 yet. I want to basically appreciate my 20s while I still can, because I only have a few months left. Actually 10 months, but who's counting? But yeah, moving on to where I was. Okay, let me undo the zoom. And where was I? I don't know how much you guys can see on the vertical stream, because this is essentially a downscaled output of my screen, and most of the times I have to do this, which is press a keybind I have to zoom in. Welcome back, Tibbs. Did you sleep? I basically was explaining everyone my expertise and everything like that. Unless a Dead Cells run to the final boss. Yikes. You'll get them next time, champ. So, should I learn the C# from the Udemy, or is there any good excellent playlist already, sir? For C#, I'd say there is. Give me a second, because I need to find it. I normally don't have it like annotated anywhere, but Nick Chapses, I think that's his name. I'm sorry, Nick, if I butchered your last name. I'm really sorry. But this guy teaches C# like a god, essentially. I really love to basically watch his videos on C#. I should start working on the game too. Tips. Just do it! I mean, you still have a month until the game jam. So, yeah. I'd say see how it goes for you and see what you want to do next, maybe. Or you could start working on that game you talked to me about. I am EP. Join the club. I've been up since 7:30 a.m. It's currently 10? Yeah, 10. So yeah, I've been up for quite a long time. I had a Monster Energy drink. I haven't had energy drinks in 5 years, maybe more. I'm not the young person I was back then. And I am looking into quitting my current job. Join the club. I'm currently also trying to see what is available in the job market for me. But shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, welcome, Blessed, to the Twitch chat. Welcome in. But yeah, where was I? Oh, the C# thing. Nick usually has good videos on C#. Let me see if he has like a tutorial on the basics of C#, because I don't remember exactly. Twitch is just better, yeah. You can talk to Tulip and Daisy now. They are not very bright, indeed. They are dumb sometimes. Let me see. C# tutorial 2025, because I am gonna guess 2026 doesn't have many tutorials yet. 100 seconds, no. C# tutorial for beginners by Teddy Smith. Install variables, types, and var. Data types, strings, arrays, for each. Okay, this exactly goes into the basics. Age is just a number, but moving from 20s to 30s is like 30% of time of life gone, which feels a bit scary. Indeed it does. I've already gotten a lot of debuffs from getting close to the 30s. So yeah, that's good. To not go into many details, but essentially when I was young, I used to have like a lot of issues with my right leg, like to the point I'd have muscle pains even while doing nothing, and it got really horrible. I go a lot to the hospital because of it to try to determine what was wrong with me. Nobody found it, actually. They suppose it's because of the scoliosis, but unsure. And yeah, since the beginning of, actually not the beginning, but since like half of 2025, I've been getting the pains again on my right leg. It was good for like 7-8 years, and just recently started again, but nothing I can't manage, honestly. But yeah, essentially my body is getting old, to say the least. But yeah, if you want to learn C#, your best bet is to go on YouTube. Like, Udemy sure can teach you a lot of good stuff, but I prefer going on YouTube. Like, they now have something called courses, like actual playlists that you convert to course. Like, I've also done that on my channel, because I'm also trying to do C# tutorials, but I'm still not at the others levels. So yeah. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you doing this much for me. No worries. I'm always happy to help those that are beginning into programming, especially if it's C#, which is my expertise. So yeah, if there's any doubts or anything like that, ask ahead and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, essentially, I don't know about Simply Learn, but should also be a good course. Should I switch to C# myself? I mean, you can. It's not like I really know that much about GDScript. That's the thing. If you want to just make Godot games, stick with GDScript, because the C# part isn't easy. Trust me. Even I have difficulties implementing some stuff that are available in GDScript that aren't in Mono, which is the C# layer. For example, remember last stream I had an issue trying to implement, where is it? These sort of slider things aren't available in C#. What I had to do was code, for starters, a range slider attribute and an inspector plugin that draws that those two boxes, essentially. Whenever I define something as a range slider, this jumps in, and instead of showing a normal text box, it overrides it and shows a slider. It isn't easy, and it's not easy to convert GDScript into C# directly. I had to be a bit touchy-feely with the GDScript code and basically break it bit by bit to see what it was doing and see how I'd do it in C#. Most of the times it's a direct conversion. Sometimes you need to jump through a few hoops and code plugins. Will you be participating in Jam 2? I won't. I want to dedicate my full streaming time to code Tulip, because I really want this done by June. Yeah, those two are Tulip and Daisy. Tulip is the purple one, Daisy is the orange one. Yeah, as Tibbs is saying. But yeah, I'm essentially going to just dedicate myself to code Tulip on my off time. Maybe sometimes coding a hightail mods, but most of the focus is on code Tulip. So I won't be participating in game jams at least until June. After that, I'll see how things go. It will all depend on the feedback from the minimum viable product of Code Tulip, and basically my decision going forth from there. But this is basically in the future. What are they and what do they do? Essentially, the two of them are my streaming co-hosts and my AI daughters, per se. Sir, you're also listening music along the streaming? Yeah, the music is all only on the Twitch side, because YouTube would flag me for copyright. And on Twitch, I have the possibility of switching channels, one for streaming and one for the VOD, so it doesn't get flagged for copyright. Yeah, they are AI VTubers. They mostly act as mascots and you can talk to them, but are very basic. Exactly, Tibbs. Like, for example, if I were to go on the power-ups and rewards and said, introduce yourself to Daisy, they have a couple of prompts they will stick to. Yeah. they will stick a lot to their personas, and yeah, eventually they might have a bit of independency from
Daisy,
that.
Your cheeky AI coding assistant who loves Java. Streaming on Twitch with Professor Leo and my twin sister Tulip. And I always sprinkle a bit of orange flair with hashtag code and mangoes.
There we go.
I can debug, teach, and toss in a sassy quip while humming Yosobi's Players or Queen's Don't Stop Me Now.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I was born on June 14th, 2025, and celebrate my birthday every year with an extra mango pudding.
Why did the NoPTEL an exception go to therapy? Because it couldn't find any null ego support and needed a proper reference.
The existential crisis of a null pointer. Talk about needing a reference. Just like me and Tulip, we'll just give it a proper constructor to keep the code alive. Hashtag code and mangoes.
I want to try and make a basic rhythm game roguelike. That sounds a bit complicated, but I know you can do it. Kind of roguelike, which after winning a round you pick one of 3 rewards. Yeah. That makes sense and sounds fun. Implementation might be a bit complicated because of the rhythm aspect. What you're looking into is, yeah, nothing actual thoughtful. Yeah, fair enough. I know Riot Games made a rhythm game, but I don't think it's a roguelike. Mostly, the most difficult part, from what I'm guessing, would be implementing the rhythm matching inputs. I swear I can look up how it might be already available. Yeah, let me check. Godot rhythm. Yep, I'll put my money where my mouth is. Okay, makes sense. This is basically like what's it called? Friday Night Funkin'. Sorry. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, there's a lot of tutorials on how to do it, so yeah, I take back what I said. At least the rhythm part might be easy. Hey Alice, and also Blessed, thank you for the follow. I only replied now because I was deep in thought. And then all I need to do is think of power-ups. Yeah, fair enough. Like, basically when you finish the level, it needs to pop up the options, and yeah, you select one out of the 3. I still don't know how to make small games. I don't think any one of us knows. I can't make small games. Sound Knight is not what I would consider a small game. And that was the smallest I made, maybe. I mean, actually, Tomb War might have been... I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how to advise on how to make that. Mushroom, Fire, Flower, Star, Ice Flower, Dragon Ball Z. Need I say more? Noted. Also let me hydrate as well. Thank you for that. Give me a second. Okay, hydrated. Do you know if you delete your copyright content before monetizing the channel, your channel will be fine then? I'm not exactly sure, but I think you're safe. Even if you don't delete it when you basically monetize your channel, unless it's like a severe copyright strike that actually flags a strike on YouTube, I'd say you're fine with just like privating the video or something like that. Because it won't... here's how YouTube mostly works on the ad revenue stuff. When someone watches your video and watches the ads, it will generate like a few percentage of cents for your ad revenue for that video. If it gets copyrighted, only
Thanks
that
for the
videos.
Blessed Custard Waffler. Your support
Thank you for the
keeps
bit.
our code sweet as mango pudding. Hashtag code and mangoes.
As I was saying, if your video gets copyrighted, only the ad revenue for that video gets affected by the copyright. Other videos, as long as they don't get copyright struck, they won't be affected. At most, they might charge you a percentage or the full percentage of the ad revenue for that video, depending on how much they strike. But oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Oh yeah. Wait, is a Professorial Heart a bit emote? Question mark? I don't remember. Yeah, but sorry, Alice. Is Twitch a copyright-free platform? It isn't. The way I do it, I can explain. Let me show. So, here is my OBS. It has the vertical stream and it has the desktop stream. The copyright videos money will transfer into the original owner, yeah, basically. The way I do it is for Twitch, if we go here on stream or output, I have audio track 1.
Thanks for the 99 bits, Blessed Custard Waffler.
Oh, thank you for the bits.
Now our chat feels juicier than a ripe mango pudding.
Thank you for the 99 bits.
Code and mangoes.
It means a lot. Thank you for that. Might as well. And you earned the new bit badge. As I was explaining, you can see here that I have audio track 1 selected. This is the one that gets basically heard on the stream when I'm doing the Twitch stream. How many years is a bit? 1 cent. More or less, give or take. Depends on the conversion rate, it's a lot of math, but usually 1 cent. So 100 is €1, give or take, something like that. You can also see here something called the Twitch VOD track. This is basically the video that gets published after I end stream. The one you will be able to see on Twitch once stream is offline. This is on audio channel 2. If I go here, for example, on the YouTube Music and select properties or advanced properties, you can see that YouTube Music isn't on channel 2, nor 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only on 1. So it will only be heard on the Twitch stream when I'm streaming. Isn't 3 copyright strikes on the channel will demolish the account? Yes, but it needs to be something really offensive. The link of that software as well. Okay, it's OBS. Let me check where I have the window for the vertical stream. I've for some reason closed the vertical stream. Here, okay. Oh, you aren't on the vertical, you are on the desktop stream. Sorry about that. Hey, Booyah. How are you? Yeah, the software is this one. And yeah, can I ask something except this? Go ahead, Edith. But yeah, essentially I have separate audio channels for my streaming and for my recorded videos, so as not to get copyright flagged. Thank you for the hat bats. Right now I was explaining how I stream and how I have the audio channels divided. And basically I was going to continue working on my Metroidvania game. This, don't push it. That's amazing. I'll also use it in the future when I'll do the stream. I wish you luck on that endeavor. It's not easy, I'll tell you that. But yeah, right now I basically did a dummy enemy. Thank you for the sub. And yeah, basically I have a dummy enemy, just test the logic to see how it works. And yeah, I was going to see what I was going to do next when I got sidetracked. Text states, damage point shader, the UI for the player. I didn't know you had models for the game. This one was from a video. This is just a dummy texture for now, while I don't do one of the enemies. This one I did a few weeks ago for Tulip. I don't have one for Daisy yet. We also have this feature, I didn't know it's famous already though. The headpad thing was from VTube Studio. If I go down here and drag my VTube Studio, I have a series of actions, and one of them is the headpad, which Addis used on Twitch. If I go, I think it's down at the bottom, suit, hoodie off, cat ears, headpads. This is mapped on Twitch. Speaking of of cat ears, there we go. Great timing, Addis. Got to go now, see you tomorrow probably. Okay, see you tomorrow, blessed. Hope you sleep well. But yeah, basically this is mapped to actions on Twitch. So when somebody does a channel redeem, in the case of headpads, it shows the headpad GIF. In the case of cat ears, it basically shows these ears on top. And yeah, basically that's it. Also stretch, yeah. Don't know if you heard that, but yeah, my back cracked a bit when I did that. But yeah, that's essentially it. This is VTube Studio, which is where I have my model. And I basically made some redeems for Twitch to basically do this. Yeah. Give me a second, I need to breathe, because I've been talking on basically without a break. So I need to breathe a bit. Whew. Been a while since I talked like that. You're liking to push my buttons today, aren't you, Addis? What's next? Making me say some words related to cats? Finally waited for my cooldown. I cursed myself with this redeem. I see. Say meow. There. Happy? Meow. Is that good enough? Or do you want me to say nya? Actually, the nya, I can't do it correctly for some reason. There's a clip command not working again. I swear I fixed it. Oh, there it is. It's on a delay. It's not perfect though, because since there's a delay, it might not capture the correct point in the stream for the clip, but that can be edited a bit, if I'm not mistaken, or at least I have the possibility to edit it correctly, since I'm technically editor on my own channel. So I can basically go on clips and override the points. Give me a second, let me switch song. Okay. I was wrong, I did not have to go. Okay, fair enough. Welcome back. Where was I? I was doing the health bar, that's it. Now I remember. Quite a wild ride, apparently. To the point I forgot what I was doing. Okay, top layer. New layer. Pass this down here. Real Madrid or Barcelona? Good question. Neither. I don't know, honestly. I don't pay much attention to Spanish football. That bet's out of stock. Headbats are on a cooldown, I think. Because I didn't limit it, I think. I only put it on a cooldown. I can kinda take it out, but I don't know. Headbats, yeah. 2 seconds. The only football I follow... yeah, I can see why. Because people like to spam it. So, yeah. But yeah, I only follow Portuguese football. Because Portuguese. Basically that. But yeah, I only follow my club, so besides that, I ain't got a clue. At a given point I followed the English Cup, but kinda lost interest. I'm mostly into snooker. I find it a more enjoyable sport. Plus, I can play it, unlike football, where I suck at playing. And the only other sport that involves basically a football or something close to that I know how to play and actually did a competition at school is, what's it called? Softball? Handball. Yeah, handball. Which basically is you don't use your feet to throw the ball. Thank you for the 5 bits. Here is your water. I forgot that's a plugin I put on the Twitch stream. I actually forgot about that. Russia is going to do its own tournament of football since FIFA have banned them. Honestly, it makes sense. Because of the whole embargo thing, and basically they're isolated in terms of sports and everything else. You got paid, say konnichiwa, senpai. Arigato gozaimasu. Wait, let me say that better. Arigato gozaimasu. Okay, that's better. Konnichiwa is for saying hello. Or you can say Ohayo. Normally Ohio, I think it's more casual, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and in this case you have to call me sensei, not senpai. Because I'm a teacher. I am not a fellow student. Hey! Ohio is good morning. Is it? Okay, my knowledge might be a bit off. You speak Japanese also. Kinda. I picked up a few words here and there by watching anime for the last decade. So, I can say some things, but I don't fully understand it. What you are looking for, Edis, is Ohio. Like this. Is it not written like that? Give me a second. I don't remember the exact... Ohio. Okay, I was missing the U. Good morning, yeah, you're correct. Weebanese. You dare mock me? You dare mock me? Ohio is a doom state, yeah. It's part of United States, yeah, but you write as Ohio. And normally it is followed by gozaimasu in a polite way. Or you can say Ohio like I was I was writing. Give me a second. Listen here, Ariel. I have just the thing for that. Listen here, Ariel. Perfectly timed. I'm getting the hang of it. And no, I no longer do this shit. I prefer doing it like this. Because if I do this shit, I'm almost automatically go for the T after it. By mistake. But yeah. Where were we? Yeah, I have some knowledge of Japanese I want to learn, but have you also learned the Japanese alphabet? No. At most, I want to basically learn how to hold a conversation. Yeah, I don't want to add to the swear jar that is at €3.50 at the moment. By this rate, I'll have to pay a gift sub. But yeah, I want to learn how to hold a conversation in Japanese. Writing and reading is a bit far from my plans at the moment. I'm basically going to try Duolingo, maybe. So yeah, let's see. I want to learn Arabic. I mean, the best bet should be Duolingo or something like that. What did you try to do? Because I'm curious. Let me see. This is the fill area. You are now red. That's a Twitch thing, I think. Give me a second. I'm gonna do it like this for now. Okay. That sounds okay. Let me do like a small border on the health. Like so. And yeah, that looks a lot better. No, it did on the on-screen chat. What did it do? Don't use Duolingo, it's so absurd to use it. I have the resources, I will share you. Okay. I thank you for that. Let me see. I think I don't need a bottom layer for this. And let me do something. Normally when I do health bars and things like those, I do separate frames, so I can just save in one go. My name is a different color. To me it shows as red as well. Let me see, so normally I delete like so. So now if I were to save, it should save correctly. Give me a second, for some reason it bugs here. Okay, there we go. So if I say HP bar, I'm gonna say enemy because I'm gonna do a different HP bar for Tulip and Daisy. But yeah, UI, enemy HP bar, save, export as, choose a file, PNG instead of GIF. And yes, hey, I say GIF, not GIF. The start of Ramadan
is decided by the first sighting of the new moon, so it swings a bit each year. For 2026, the first day of fast is expected around November 30. Just keep an eye on your local moon sighting announcements.
If you go on my channel here and click on more, you can see my email address from here, the description. If you press that button, it shows my specific email address for YouTube. Because I have a lot of filters going on my email account. Just keep everything organized. Because YouTubers do get a lot of spam. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, okay. If I now go here and do some shenanigans here, Enemy HP bar. This is the over. And this is the progress. Okay. Okay. Can't see it. I can send it on the YouTube chat. Give me a second. Oh, it's unclickable. Really? Interesting. But yeah, it's that one. That one basically filters out specific YouTube things. How do I want to do this? 0.15? Maybe smaller than this? 0.1. Maybe even smaller than that. 0, 1. Okay, that's too much. 0.05. Okay, perfect. 0, and just need to adjust this to be up here. Give or take. This is at the center top. Oops, I kind of messed it up. Okay, and like so. It now has a health bar. What brand is your microwave? What sort of question is that? Is there something I'm not catching up to? I don't even know what the brand is, if I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Whirlpool, but I ain't got a clue at the moment. Blessed, you're still showing up as red for some reason. So yeah, I don't know where edits is saying gray. Let me see. I need to... Yeah. I need to code some other stuff. So, if I go into the enemy code here, or actually the living entity code, maybe. No, never mind. I'm gonna leave it as this. I'm gonna do a process, like so. If current health not equal, does it not have a progress bar? Okay, let me do a simple fix to this. Private. Oh, never mind. Export private texture progress bar HP bar, like so, not equal HP bar dot value. Fixed floating point comparison. Your tolerance is going to be 0.01 for now. Fix. Okay. This seems fine. Okay. That's weird, that is. Because I'm also seeing as red. Both on stream and on the Twitch chat. Might be a bug. So have listened Shinonoga e wa. Oh, the .com is never mandatory. If you have a domain, it can be anything you want. In my case, it's a .pt because my primary domain is a .pt. This has been registered since 6 years ago. That's weird. Now, Shinonoga Ewa. I haven't heard it. Let me go check. Shinonoga Ewa. Nope. This has never appeared in my recommendations or anything. Gonna keep it open there so I can listen to it eventually. Right now I'm listening to Braveheart, done by a cover by Corone. You paid a lot for it then. Not that much. I think it's 40 euros annually, so it's not that much for now, at least. Let me see. Where is this? Okay. If I now. Crap. For some reason I'm lagging. Okay, why is my Godot lagging? Oh, because it's constantly doing that. Give me a second, this is gonna crash something. Okay, why did the music stop? Switch. Sometimes YouTube basically bugs out for some reason. Nope. Here it's 10:30 p.m. as well. Let me see. This, if not editor dot, what was it called? Engine is editor hint. Engine dot is editor hint. Do this. Because you're lagging out completely the engine. Okay, now it's better. Now I can do this. Dragging the wrong component. There we go. Okay, now that should work. Portugal. It's the same time zone as the UK. Yeah. Let me see. So now it should basically update correctly. Hypothetically, if I were to play. Okay, yeah, see you soon then. Hope you sleep well. Okay. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Still need to land this correctly. Okay. Now if I go into remote, expand this, select this, and say health is equal to 50. When I go back here, it updated. That's awesome. So, it actually worked. Good. How long have I been streaming? Again with the headpads. I really cursed myself, haven't I? But yeah. Fair enough. What stream does to me. But yeah, we are soon going to have ad break, and I'm gonna make use of it and go downstairs, eat something, like stretch a bit. So when the ad break hits in 6 minutes, I'm gonna do a break. So yeah. Let me see. Okay, everything seems correct. I'm not gonna enable the twins idle chat for now. For those that don't know, I have an option for the twins, so they can basically speak by themselves without my input or the chat's input. So at the given points they might talk, but right now it's disabled. I'm gonna go at 11, need to sleep. Okay, fair enough. I should also go at around 11, but I'll try to stream for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, depending on how much energy I still have. Because I'm already feeling tired. But yeah, at least until 11:30 I might be able to last. After that, no guarantees. Because I need to wake up at 7:30 tomorrow. So yeah, I need to essentially balance out my sleep schedule. Okay, this seems correct for now. Besides that, what else do I want to do? I can start working on the UI itself. Like, make an actual UI for the twins. I don't know. I really do need a break though. Because, yeah, it's starting to hit quite hard. Let me see, 256 by 20. Maybe the length is a bit too much. Though I want to increase the height. I'm gonna say 48. Okay. What does the VIP do? Not much, just gives you a shiny diamond like Edis has. It virtually does nothing. It's just extra bling for the stream. Let me see, how do I want to do this? First thing that comes to mind is having something like... Give me a second, let me more or less balance this out. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Right. For now, let me take this out. I'll start saving up points then. Okay, go ahead. Let me see, I want to basically make like a sort of photo frame. Let's start at like more or less around here. Then I can have like let me take out this one. Can have like the big health bar going like until the end, like so. Maybe a bit smaller, like only half of this. Okay, and basically a smaller one that's gonna be for the CPU usage. Now that I see it, this seems too big. Let me reduce the canvas size, starting from here. Let's put like 196. Yeah, that seems better. Like, it seems way too big. Okay. Now I can start rounding this up. Like so. Put this here and this here. Separate these two. Round up here. And same here. That's more or less the UI design. I also have the ADHD. I think it's a common thing in the more recent generations, from what I've been noticing. Like, a lot of people I interact with either have ADHD, autism, something like that. I think it's becoming maybe not more common, just more, what's it called? Diagnosed, per se. More, basically people are getting diagnosed more and more with each passing year. So this type of conditions start to become commonplace. So yeah, back in the day you didn't have many reported cases of ADHD and things like those. Like, people were afraid of that label. Well, now it's a bit more common, per se, and more accepted. Although some older people still frown upon the ADHD label, especially at work, but that's a different case. Let me do this. Okay, why Is this okay? For some reason it lagged out. Player health bar. Let me save that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate this into several layers. Shift N, Control V. Then grab this layer. Control X, Shift N, Control V. Okay. I'm coding in C# with the Godot engine. And that's essentially it. And this tool that I'm using at the moment is a sprite. It's where I do my pixel art. Let me see. So this is the CPU bar. This is the health bar. And this is the character icon. Let me see. I'm gonna do something like this. And the same for here. Just to basically add a bit more of a border to it. I think this will look better. Like so. Maybe here. Okay. I like it, I like it. Then I can grab the white and just do a more clean border per se. Okay, something like that. Just got an ad. Yeah, ads have started, so I'm gonna be right back while ads are ongoing. And yeah, I'm gonna eat something and rest a bit. So I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Let me just switch the scene. Yeah, just had some chocolate milk with some rice crackers. Just to satiate my hunger. Because streaming does build up an appetite. And yeah, I think I'm just going to basically make the health bar and the CPU bar and implement it in the game per se, and like just draw it in the game. And after that I'll end the stream, because I started to feel a bit fatigued, and that's not good. Last time I almost shut down on stream, like went to sleep on stream. I was already feeling like my eyes closing and everything. So yeah, I don't want a repeat of that. So yeah, sometimes you gotta know what's your limits. Sometimes I can stream until like 1 AM, but today is not one of those days. During the weekend I might be able to do longer streams, since I'm gonna be more well rested. And yeah, let's see. Okay, need to do something here. Actually, okay, this can be the CPU fill and the health fill. Alt N, Alt N. Oops. Actually, I want to delete this one and this one. So only the health bar shows on this one. Okay. Oh crap. I done goofed. Give me a second. Control. Didn't I? Oh. Because I did that. Okay. CPU bar. Oh, wait. That's in here. Okay. And in here, delete this. Okay. That's correct now. Delete this here. Okay, and here, gonna grab this, because yeah, I was editing on the wrong layer. I'll delete that, and everything together should now be better. Well, let's hope. Let me see. I have a feeling this is not going to go as planned for some reason. But let's see. Alt N here. Let's make it. I'm gonna do two types of fill, maybe. One for Tulip and one for Daisy. So it can like identify which is which. So what I'm gonna do is select this. Okay. This would be. Give me a second. I forgot to load the palette. It's fine. Okay. Let's make like this color, and then I can. Apologies. Can essentially do this for the border of the health bar. There we go. Oops. Yeah. Just gonna do this. Okay. Seems perfect. And I screwed up. Control X, it should be on this layer. Okay. Now I can delete this one. Shift N, not Shift N, Alt N, and replace this color. Was the food good? Yeah, it was. I had chocolate milk and rice crackers. It was good. Yeah, let me see. I want this color and this color. Yikes, that screams too much. Give me a second. Gonna select this and this. Okay, that's better. What have I missed? Not much. I'm basically separating all of the UI into different frames so I can draw better what I need. Okay. Now all I need to do is select this. And let's do maybe this color. So this with maybe this. Give me a second. Okay, I don't have this correct. I'm missing this here. Okay, that's better. And I screwed up this again. This needs to be on this layer. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's better. You too, Blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, I think. I don't know exactly what time I'm gonna start stream. I'm gonna try at 8:30, but unsure. At least for now. Okay, this looks fine. Let me just delete this from this layer. Okay. Let's see how good it looks. Choose file. I'm gonna say as PNG export. And let's make a new canvas layer. That's gonna be the player HUD. Okay. I think this is fine. Layer 1, follow viewport. I mean, it should. Okay. This does the opposite of... Because if it's enabled, it should follow the camera, right? Or am I thinking the other way around? Whatever. Not gonna enable it. Gonna do the following. Image. Texture rect. Right at the start, almost. Like somewhere around here. And you're gonna have the first frame, which is gonna be this one. Okay. Then you're gonna have a child, which is gonna be the progress bar. It was already there. Texture progress bar. The texture progress bar is gonna layout mode anchors full rect, something like this, and and it's going to have this as the over and this as a progress. Perfect. Let me go here and say texture filter nearest. Yeah, that's fine. And do the same for the texture rect, where I go, where is it? Texture nearest, because pixel art needs to have the nearest filter. Because the inherit basically does that whole, what's it called? It does that rendering thing where it seems blurry. So this is going to be the HP bar. This is a character portrait. And this is going to be CPU bar. And it's going to be different because it's going to have this one as the over and this one as the fill. Okay, by default this should be 0. How does this look? Okay, I can afford to expand on it because it seems too small. Okay, and also let me do something in the enemy. I'm also gonna enable the nearest here. Okay, this. Let's put a bigger scale on it. Layout, transform, scale. Let's put 5 for now. And that's too big. Okay, 2.5. That seems better. Okay, I don't know how to feel about it. For starters, it feels way too under. Okay. And let me put 1.5 for now. Or 2. Okay, that doesn't feel too big. Yeah, that's appropriate. I like it. Okay, so basically tomorrow I can then start working on mapping those 2 bars to the ones on the player. And yeah, maybe put a character icon, even if just like a temporary one. But yeah, I think that's a good dropping off point. A lot of progress was done, and I'm happy with the result. Mostly was me yapping, but we managed to create an inheritable class for the entity. So I can basically manipulate health and the CPU usage at ease and basically handle it on a separate class. We've made a dummy enemy and also basically a HP bar for that enemy, and we've done the beginning of the player HUD for the health and CPU usage and character portrait. So it was good progress, and that's essentially almost one task out of mine, out of my list for basically February. So I'm basically doing good progress. I'm a bit ahead of schedule. So yeah, let me go see who to raid on Twitch. I think APOC is still live. Let me check. Following. Let me see who is live. From those I know. Ooh, Noble Lemon. Yeah, APOC is no longer live. Let me see. Oh, he is. 54 viewers. Holy Epoch. That's amazing. For those that don't know, Epoch is a regular in my stream. And he's streaming right now for 54 viewers. Holy. But yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Do any of you want to say goodbye to stream? Give it a second. I want to see if they want to say goodbye before I read. Come on, I don't have.
Absolutely, I'm ready to bite into some coding fun. C# style, of course. #code and strawberries.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow then.